Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagam. Okay, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. People who are being banned from Hermes. Remember how we do on this channel? We don't use words that big G, okay? The company that owns this platform doesn't like, so I can't use the word be listed. But I would love to use that word as well. But anyway, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I have so many things I need to talk to you guys about. So I really I hope that you are fully subscribed. Look at the cat on the screen. Come on, subscribe to the channel. Okay, here we go. So this is what I saw a few days ago on social media, and I must say, even for me, as someone who I'm quite jaded now, I think, after having this channel pertaining to these luxury brands. I thought this was a bit too much. So, you know me, I'm just like on social media, just looking. I like looking to see what the price of quota bags are in the colors that I personally like. Now, the colors that I like are not the desirable colors that most of you love. So I was on this platform, I was looking and looking and looking, and then someone posted a quota bag in a very hot color that you guys like, a neutral color, and they were reselling it. Mint condition, box fresh, brand new, had never been touched. And the person was reselling it brand new from the store. And I was like, okay, oh my gosh. And they even said like which store they scored from. It's a very, very competitive store in Europe. Even Beyonce, okay, she could not walk in there. You know, Beyonce is my favorite artist. Even the Queen Bee could not walk in there and score. That's how competitive this boutique is. And I was just shocked at the fact that this particular person was reselling a really coveted bag from this store. And I don't know, a lot of the times when we talk about resellers, we know that Big H doesn't like resellers and things like that, but I do think that there are people who are getting offers and then reselling them. So we have talked about the trend of how some people are getting like offers and they feel frightened and worried. So they feel like, okay, let me accept the offer because I don't want to be cancelled or something. When your SA is not going to cancel you if you don't like an offer, you know, it's better for you not to buy it. I don't know if this person is a professional reseller or not. What I do know is I am in two camps about this type of behavior. On the one hand, I live in a country with no boutique. I'm very realistic. I don't know when Hermes will ever open a boutique in Africa. Maybe in the next 5 years, I don't know. I was reading something on their site saying they are refurbishing the Istanbul boutique in Turkey. You know, I don't know, and I'm not going to just sit around and wait. So I either go to Paris or I, you know, use a reseller. Now, for me, using a reseller to buy a Birkin or a Kelly or a Constance is just not that important for me at the moment because traveling to Paris is something that I'm going to be doing in a few months with Edwin, and going to Paris is not difficult, basically, because I've been there before, obviously. I feel uncomfortable because I feel like I can't believe that people are reselling like those really hot colors fresh from the store. Even if you were offered a really hot color that everyone loves, that does very well in the resale market, if your SA offered you that color, I still feel like it's unethical for you to take the color and to resell it immediately. I remember a video from ages ago. I told you guys about something very similar I heard on social media again of someone who was offered a color and they decided, a Birkin by the way, they were offered a color that they were unsure about. They bought it anyway, and then literally a few weeks later decided to sell it. I still find stuff like that very annoying, but that's just me. So let's go back to this person. So the price that's being charged is massive. It's a huge price as well. The color is very coveted. It's one of the neutrals that you guys like. My kind of view when it pertains to things like this is, in terms of like getting banned, I feel like the only way to get banned is if obviously someone from her boutique sees that they're reselling this item, or if they know the person's name, and then if someone goes and grosses on this particular person. I don't feel like any of us are going to gross on this person. I mean, I don't know this person, but the person is using their name, so it would not be difficult. And they were very clear about where they bought it, like within the Hermes network of stores in Europe. I just feel like reselling straight from the store, I just feel like people like that should be banned. That's just my feeling. Like, if you were offered a bag that the color you don't like, I think it's unethical to buy that bag, resell it for a profit. I just think that's unethical, and I think you're taking advantage of people, and I think it's unfair. I think you should decline the bag if you don't like it. I know people feel frightened about declining, but better you decline and get a bag that you like than take it away from someone else at retail. A few videos ago, one of my subscribers, HLover71, who actually featured in a video where she talks about her journey, she mentioned something really interesting in one of the comments. She was responding to someone else, and she was talking about how some SAs are in cahoots with resellers. This is absolutely true. And I think in light of this, what does this mean and how does this affect people being banned at Big H? I think there definitely are some SAs at maybe, I don't know, maybe the very competitive stores where it's like easier to fly under the radar. I feel like a less competitive boutique would be easier to figure out who's in cahoots and who isn't. But I definitely feel like those SAs should be held accountable and they should be sacked, And I know that sounds harsh, but it's so unfair because it's fueling this completely unsustainable resale market. You guys, I like the Shadow. I like Jean-Paul Gaultier's creations at Big H. So I also follow the price of the Shadow at resale. The Shadow's resale prices at the moment are unsustainable. I'm going to put up some pictures of the Shadow with a few prices that I've seen on the internet. The bag itself is a niche product, okay? It's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Everyone I know who likes Hermes, if I mention the Shadow to them, people either love it or they hate it, okay? I feel like what resellers and SAs are doing together by going in cahoots is you end up kind of driving the prices, even of bags which I think most people would say are not as desirable. So for example, let's say the Shadow in a tube. That's not going to be as desirable as like a Birkin 25 in a tube. And I personally like the Shadow a lot. I love it, and I love the whole concept of the Shadow. And I think that's why the SAs who are in cahoots with resellers should be sacked, okay? And those resellers should be banned. I do think that Big H is probably aware of this problem, and they can probably figure out who are the people who are doing this. I heard that even SAs are not even allowed to accept gifts from like clients because they're not even allowed to accept gifts or anything. Like if they get a gift, it has to be like a shareable gift or something. Like Big H obviously takes this whole thing of SAs not being, I don't want to say the B word like bribe, but Big H obviously takes this very seriously, and they don't even want SAs to take like gifts from people, I think in light of this, we all need to say SAs who are in cahoots with resellers should be sacked. And I'm pretty sure that Big H has probably done this previously. Maybe we just don't hear about it because they're very private about their stuff. And I think it probably does happen. So while on the one hand, I definitely feel like you will be banned for being a reseller, I definitely feel like there are some resellers who can maybe figure out which SAs can be kind of manipulated maybe into joining the whole game of making money at a profit. I think it's unfair, but that's the nature of the game that we're at right now. As I told you in my previous video, the horse, honey, okay? The stallion, the orange stallion, does not know how to shut this thing down. And I feel like they can absolutely shut this thing down if they put their heads together. But I do not believe, okay, that the stallion herself, or himself, should I say, knows how to shut it down. And I feel like they need to, or in which case, start sacking people who are in cahoots with resellers and start banning these people. Some of you asked me about the London sales and what I think about them and how come I didn't film a video about it. Well, obviously I'm not in London at the moment, unfortunately, so I've just been watching people's videos. There's so many fantastic videos that I've watched about the London sales, and all of the videos I've seen about the London sale, MS sale, were absolutely great and very enjoyable. Now, on social media again, it's never on YouTube that you see these shenanigans. It's always like on Facebook or Instagram. Someone posted and was like, I feel like I want to sell some of the stuff from my sale haul, and they had people literally in the comments like, don't sell a thing, you're going to get banned. Like, you're going to be banned. And my thing is like, I would never risk, like, if I was like in the London, if I was like in MS London, all the different London boutiques, if I had like a a profile there. I would never risk losing my profile to make like extra money reselling sale items. And I just can't believe that someone would even risk their profile at the boutique. So, you know, people are like, no, don't do that. You're gonna get banned. You're gonna get banned. So I feel like the fact that I think it's just for the London stores, they can track it basically. And in my opinion, I feel like anyone who is reselling stuff that they bought at the London sale, again, for a very sneaky profit, you deserve to be banned. And if you do get banned, I don't feel sorry for you, because you don't deserve to have the honor of going to that sale when other people are going to go and buy products that they like and that they're passionate about. I'm working on a very fun Hermes dragging video that's going to be premiering at some point towards the end of the week and before the end of October. And in one of the reviews, someone said something fascinating. They kind of alluded to the fact that this person was like, they're terrified of being B-listed from the store if they don't buy the things that the essay says. Obviously, I do not think that you're going to be B-listed from any Hermes boutique. If your essay is like, hey, buy this, you're like, hey, you know, I don't want to buy that, I'm not interested. Another thing that I saw when I was researching this video that's going to come soon is, this is not funny, I don't know why I'm laughing, but again, it's the Parisian boutiques. They strike again. Like this man and a woman, they got really, really upset in one of the Parisian boutiques and they were escorted out by security. Okay, God. Why do people do this? Oh my God. Like, I wish I could be people's like, Hermes, like, I'll be your Hermes Tony Robbins, I'll be your Hermes motivational speaker, I'll be like supporting you from the sidelines, like, don't cry, don't flip out, tell your husband not to shout at people. Imagine being escorted out of FSH, Sevres, or Georges V. Like, would you ever be able to live that down? No, because you'll be B-listed. So I think it goes without saying, don't be disruptive in store. You know, you don't want to embarrass yourself or put yourself in a situation where you kind of look bad in the boutique. Another example I can remember from many videos ago is when I talked about Hermes Toronto. And there was a really interesting story from that video of someone who bought something and then they started vlogging in the boutique. And we all know Big H does not play games, honey, okay? She does not want you to be filming her. And then like security came over and kind of told them off and had a go at them, and they felt really bad about it, that they mentioned it in the boutique, and they were like really upset about the way security spoke to them about vlogging in the store, when really you're wrong to be vlogging. Like, you didn't even ask for permission to like take a picture or something. I don't necessarily think that you're going to be B-listed for doing something like that, but I do think if you're like going into the Big H boutique and you're like taking pictures and they've told you, hey, don't take pictures in here, don't film videos in here, and then you go in there and you do that, I do think that kind of hurts your standing at the store. I think Big H feels like, this is my opinion, feels like influencers are like beneath the brand, you know? We all know that Hermes does have connections to influencers, but it's very much on the hush hush. If you guys are interested in my video about that, I might do a video about that, I might not, depends, because I'm not trying to be cancelled from Big H, okay? I don't want to be cancelled. But I feel like being disruptive in the store and kind of drawing attention to yourself in the store is not necessarily going to get you B-listed from the store or banned, but I definitely feel like it hurts your standing and it kind of makes you look, I don't know, like a bit desperate. The next thing that could possibly get you B-listed, and this is a controversial one, I know some of you are going to have opinions about this and I want to hear all of your opinions, is can you be banned for having a strong social media presence where you talk and refer to the stallion, the filly, Hermes? Let me think about this. I think that Big H tolerates certain types of bloggers, YouTubers and influencers, and will not tolerate others. I think this is a very controversial topic. I don't want to make anyone annoyed or upset, but I do think that I don't necessarily think you'll be B-listed from like Big H, but I do think that if, like I said, you know, you're an influencer, you're a blogger, but you're not being discreet about maybe having a page or having a platform. Me personally, like when we go to Paris, like I would not feel comfortable vlogging in an Hermes store. I wouldn't feel comfortable walking in, okay, and being like, hey guys, it's me again, I'm here. at Hermes, Sephora, like, you know, vlogging. And that's no disrespect to anyone who would do that. I think that's completely fine. I just personally wouldn't feel comfortable. I would want to go as a customer and like enjoy my experience first and not necessarily have that pressure or feel that pressure to vlog. I feel like it's okay to ask permission and say, hey, I'd like to take a picture of this. Do you mind if I take a picture? I do feel like they choose certain people of who they say you can't film and who they say you can film and who they maybe that they are influencers and bloggers who they feel like they're never going to give them a bag offer because they're very, you know, they talk a lot about Hermes. I feel like Big H does not also like, you know, all these videos that we film. I mean, at this point, what can they do? I mean, there's so many videos about how to score a Birkin in Paris, how to get a Birkin, all of my Big H videos. I don't feel like I'm relevant enough for Big H to be pressed or to be worried, so I'm gonna keep filming my videos. But I do think like some influencers and bloggers definitely feel worried and afraid, like, oh my god, I don't want to talk about Big H and then like get cancelled and not get invited to events. I feel like if you're a professional luxury influencer, like if this is your career, like you're going to be a luxury influencer and you want to do this as a job, then yes, I don't feel like filming videos like this will help for sure, because Big H has proven time and time again that she is a horse, okay, that sees everything, she knows everything that's going on. Hermes is way more social media savvy than we give her credit for, and I feel like if you're going to be doing this professionally, like, you know, professionally, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to film. Filming unboxings is one thing, but maybe filming videos like this, like think pieces and things like that. Now for me, I don't have that worry because I have a career, so I feel like I can be a little bit more unfiltered. I don't feel like you filming a video talking about Big H, as long as you're not being like hurtful or saying things which are untrue. You know, on here, you know, we have an unfiltered approach to luxury brands here, but fundamentally speaking, if I'm speaking about the brand, it means I like the brand at the end of the day. I think that you can be B-listed for a social media presence if you are not discreet, okay, particularly if you're going to be doing vlogging and if you're going to be sharing things that your essay has told you, okay? So there are some YouTubers and influencers who do share a lot of tea, okay, about what their essays tell them. I think things like that, you have to be very, very careful. Like if I was living, you know, in Europe right now, and I had an essay, and they were like, okay, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, I would not feel comfortable coming on here and saying, my Hermes essay said this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Not because I think I'm so important, people care what I have to say, but because at the end of the day, Hermes has proven that as a company, they really do care what people say about them on the internet, and they are aware of all of these luxury channels. You could end up kind of getting people in trouble if you're spilling tea that can be tracked back to you, if that makes sense. With Louis Vuitton, it's very different. LV is definitely much more welcoming of influencers and bloggers. Louis Vuitton doesn't even really seem like they care that much at the end of the day. They realize that people talking about the brand only helps to amplify the brand, and it gets more people interested in the brand. But I do think that Big H do look and see what types of influencers are talking about their brand, and I think you have to be careful. I don't feel like if you're a YouTuber, you're not going to get an offer. We see lots of YouTubers, okay, getting offers every single day. Wow, my dogs are barking like that, ignore them. But we see YouTubers getting offers, you know, every single day. But I think it also depends, like the way your channel is structured or the way your Instagram page is structured, especially if you're using your real name. Many Hermes YouTubers do not use their real names. That's probably a good thing because Big H absolutely follows and knows about all of these pages and everything. So fundamentally speaking, I think that you will only be B-listed, in my opinion, if you're spilling tea, okay, that your essay is giving you on a public forum in a way that could get that person in trouble. I think in that kind of sense, then yeah, you could get B-listed. I'd love to know what you think about why Big H might B-list or ban someone. Bear in mind, there's no official policy that Big H have. It's just this, all of this is based off what a lot of people have said on social media, a lot of people's experiences. I do know that, and I have seen this on Facebook and Instagram, like people who have actually like gone to store managers and said, hey, Kagem's reselling this and this and this. I think this person should be cancelled. Imagine getting someone cancelled at Big H. I mean, that's a bit much. So I want to talk about something that happened a few days ago that I thought was super interesting. One of my subscribers, Andrew, asked a really interesting question on my video from the weekend. I made a reference in that video saying that I had ordered something from my wish list, but it's going to take forever for it to get here. But I'm very excited because, yeah, I can't wait for it to get here, and I can't wait to show you guys what I've ordered. So Andrew asked me in the comments, like, why don't you use a personal shopper? I don't actually have anything against personal shoppers now. I've been researching a lot, and interestingly enough, today I actually contacted a personal shopper who's in Paris. I'm waiting to hear back from her because there's something else I want to order. And I was also talking to one of my really good friends who lives in the US who was gracious enough to say, hey, I'll be happy to order a few bits and pieces for you as well, like luxury items. So I'm very excited. It's going to be a busy shopping winter for me. Now, the issue with personal shoppers is this. I am someone who, I'm very prudent, and I'm definitely one of those spreadsheet people. Like, I keep everything in a spreadsheet. I have all my product codes in a spreadsheet. I know how much everything costs, even in different currencies. A lot of personal shoppers on Instagram do not want to tell you their fees. So for me, that's an automatic non-starter, okay? That's like walking into Hermes Saint-Tropez and saying, hey, can I have a Birkin in Cray? They're going to look at you like, are you mad? Okay? So a lot of personal shoppers really want you to, like, I don't know, they just really want you to kind of agree to spending a ton of money without you knowing their fee. So there's one personal shopper, I really wanted to work with her. She's trusted, she's got great reviews, people seem to get their items, and it's authentic. It's like authentic. She goes to the Chanel boutique and she'll purchase it for you. But she won't say her fee, so she says it's retail plus her fee, plus shipping. Now, as a businesswoman, I've had all kinds of businesses. I have imported products from China. I used to have a eyelash brand that did quite well here in Tanzania, and actually that brand, I was like ordering bits and pieces from Guangzhou in China and having them shipped here. So I know how much air freight costs, okay? I can pretty much have like a good idea, 500 grams, 1 kilo, 2 kilos. If you don't want to say how much shipping is or postage, I feel like that's just so unfair because it's so opaque. So to me, that particular personal shopper, it seems that she just wants to have, you know, people who are just willing to spend their money and drop money. I know a lot of you are like, well, if you have the money, like, money's not a thing. I'm like, you don't like keep your money by just blowing it and not understanding like where it's going. I need to know where it's going. So I was responding to Andrew and telling him that, and I thought it would be just an interesting piece of the conversation because Big H definitely plays into this as well, because I have seen things from Hermes that I really like as well. But again, you have to use a personal shopper. Even things from the website, like the enamel jewelry, like the bracelets, or I actually really like their towels. I like their swimwear. I like their swimwear actually, and I like their towels and things like that. I'd have to use a personal shopper. And even their leather SLGs, like the wallets and everything like that. So that's the problem. So this personal shopper that I found today, who's based in Paris, I'm contacting her because there's something I want to order as well. Now, I would prefer to work with personal shoppers in euros because it's crazy what's going on with currencies at the moment. Let me show you. Let me give you an example. The Louise earrings at Louis Vuitton, which is a wishlist item for me that I talk about often, and hopefully I'll be scoring these soon. 490 euros, okay? 715 US dollars. I have it all up here. I don't even need to look at my red phone. In Tanzanian shillings, they're 1.3 million Tanzanian shillings, give or take. I'll put up the exact amount with the exchange rate right here on the screen. Now get this, okay? If I was to buy them in dollars, okay, after converting to my currency, there would be 1.6 million from dollars, but in euros, 1.3. Even in pounds, it would be like 1.48 million, okay? So you can see that really shopping in euros, even though shopping in pounds is a little bit more expensive, shopping in euros and pounds for, if you're in Tanzania and you want to buy things from Louis Vuitton and you want to buy things from Gucci, you have to use euros and pounds. I don't mind using US dollars from time to time, depending on like the product or depending on how fast I need it. So you can see that in order to be a savvy luxury shopper, particularly if you live in a country that doesn't have a boutique and you have a different currency that isn't dollars euros, etc. You really need to know like what's going on with the prices. And if you're using a personal shopper, you need to be working with someone who's going to be fair. It is not fair to tell a potential client that you're not going to tell them your fee and you're not going to tell them the shipping fee. Okay, so if I was to order the Louise earrings from this particular personal shopper, who again, super respected, but I just can't with her terms, the euro price is 490, she could be like, I'm going to charge 790 euros. I don't know how much her fee is. I don't know how much shipping is. No. I'm very, very prudent, and I am a very calculated shopper. On this channel, I have my Louis Vuitton unboxings. You can go check them out. I'll link them in the description below if you want to go watch them. I do things carefully. So I've reached out to this other personal shopper because I liked her terms. To me, her terms seemed fair. It was a percentage of your spend. That seems fair to me. I work in the digital marketing world, as you know. When I work with a client, if they want to spend money advertising, we would charge a percentage of their advertising budget plus just a standard fee. She is saying a percentage of the cost of the goods, basically, which to me is fair. So if I spent 2,000 euros with her, it would be a percentage of 2,000 euros. That would be the fee basically for her time. That's fair to me because at least I know what the fee is, okay? I just can't, okay, the luxury shopping world is super, super crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you guys. I would love to know what you think. Tell me what you think about, you know, Hermes B-listing people, banning people. I almost said the word, okay? I'm not trying to be cancelled from YouTube. I'm trying to keep my account in good standing. Okay guys, so it's almost the end of October. My final video will be on Sunday. Normally I do not do videos on Sunday, and then I'll give you guys a break from me. I think next week I will maybe post a little bit, I don't know. It depends. But the final video is on Sunday. So if you want to ask me any questions, feel free, like any YouTube questions, luxury YouTube questions, influencer questions, because I'm going to do a Q&A on that. So drop them in the comments if you're interested. Just put for the Q&A so that I know it's for the video on Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next video.